Hey, Conrad, what's my intro again? I forgot.
I'm just not going to say anything.
Okay, yeah.
And pray to God that you figure it out.
Hey, clickety clackers, it's,
Yeah,
CrazeWay
there you go.
and Shleepy's here. It's been, I said about a month ago that I would make a video soon. That was a fucking lie. So...
But I got sidetracked by not giving a fuck, so...
Listen, I've been busy, okay? Don't fucking judge me.
It's called I have a life, I have a job.
I did want to get at least something out. So, we're gonna... I tried to make this video before, actually, fun fact, a year ago when we were still in college, Shleepy and I, but our footage corrupted. It wasn't this specific tier list that we found. It was a different one that I couldn't re-find, so we're going to have to deal with the fact that Mimsy is not here and that Hellaverse is spelled wrong. You're all gonna... I don't want to hear any comments about it. That's assuming I get a comment in the first place. Suck it up and deal with it. It's spelled...
We're doing the Hellaverse. We're going to have to live with it.
All right.
Biff can't do this list. He'd hate all of them.
That's right. They're
They're demons.
Charlie.
Yeah, that goes in Smash. I mean, amazing. Sorry, we're doing the wrong tier list maker.
Goes in Smash.
Oh my god.
Charlie in there. I actually quite like Charlie's character. It's like
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
The flat character who, they do change, but for the most part, their core identity remains the same. Like Goku, but everybody around them changes for the good or the worse.
She's the catalyst for people to become better.
Time to piss people off. Where is he? I'm not even gonna fucking explain myself. I'm just gonna find his ass. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Look, I'm just saying. I wish he was my dad.
I also want to preference, just as an added bit, that as I continue this, I am going to be listing them, in order of how I prefer them, if that makes sense. Like, I like Lucifer, over Charlie, so if they were in the same tier, Lucifer would be over here. Anyways.
We don't have to justify our shit to them, Nick.
Isn't that the whole point?
We're better than them.
Anyways, now that one of my favorite characters in fiction right here is up here.
Oh my god.
Vaggie.
I'll say this. Vaggie upset me because they could have done a lot with her character, being that she's, an angel.
Yeah.
But it feels like they missed a lot of those opportunities.
I'm hesitant to put it in good or just okay, because I feel like it's a disservice to put them in okay. Yeah. Because it makes it seem like they were just meh. This is where Mimsy would... Actually, no. Mimsy would go down here. I want a preference, because Mimsy's not on the list. I don't see her anyway. But...
Mimsy would go in the...
Mimsy pisses me off because she interrupts one of the best songs, like how I just interrupted Conrad. And she adds... Her entire role in the story can just be replaced by literally any other character and have the exact same result.
She's straight up just there to make us think Alistair is cool.
Well, I do like Alistair, but I do think it's funny that somebody pointed out that he does nothing all season but hype himself up and then gets in a fight with the first fight he gets in with an actual significant opponent, he immediately gets bodied.
Oh, yeah. He gets destroyed. But that's just what happens when you're a twink.
Good.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm going to piss a lot of people off. No, he's going in good, too. But, I'm going to make a lot of people mad when I say Angel Dust is not one of my favorite characters. He seems to be the fandom's pretty boy. And if I took out... Because I think it's really well done, the dynamic he has with Valentino. But if I take out Valentino, I suddenly just don't care about Angel Dust.
Yeah.
I don't hate his character. It's just... You know what I mean? Compared
He's
to the
gay.
other characters... I wasn't ready for that. Oh my god. Just he's gay.
He's
you gay?
Yeah, but I'm a cool gay.
I see you're pansexual, so it's just all
exactly. it's gay, but also okay, being incredibly real right now, Angel Dust's character really feels, aside from the whole relationship with Husk thing, which I'll touch upon later.
When I get to Homeboy, who's literally next
Yeah.
up.
It's the same way that Mimsy was just there to hype up Alistair. Angel feels like he is only there just to hype up Valentino as a threat.
Well, I don't know if I'd say that far, because without Angel Dust, Valentino just kind of feels worthless. But
oh yeah,
I don't want to say he's just okay, because Angel Dust was a fun character, but a lot of people, I meant by pissing a lot of people off, because a lot of people have him in their top 10, and
right.
I don't. Angel Dust felt very generic to me, despite his really good. Because episode 4, Masquerade, was, even though a lot of people seem to hate it, but we're not going to get into that pointless drama, in my opinion, was well done, you know? But the thing is, Angel Dust is, I hesitate to say this, but he felt very generic. When I went into the show, he was exactly what I thought he was going to be, and nothing more. He was the victim of abuse who was trying to better himself. And I'm not saying it's bad, it's just in comparison to things like Vaggie being an angel, and I kept out of all the fan theories and stuff. In comparison to something like Surprise, Vaggie is an angel, for Angel Dust to just be exactly as I predicted him to be, or even in comparison to my favorite character, how everybody thought Lucifer was going to be this overarching, psychopathic villain, and he's just a depressed dude who likes ducks. It was disappointing. It was disappointing for there to be nothing more to Angel than exactly what I expected Angel to be.
Right.
Somebody else got downgraded from the pilot a lot worse, and I'll touch on him in a minute, but Husk. Husk is voiced by Keith David, and that means he's better
I like
than
him.
Dust.
I think he has the best singing voice out of anyone in the cast.
That's because he's fucking Keith David.
Yeah. Also, just to go back to Angel Dust a little bit, unironically, I think his songs were some of my least favorite. Not because they're bad, but because they just get overshadowed so hard.
Which is weird, because a lot of people, I think Poison is really good, but I think a lot of people hype up Loser Baby. I didn't think Loser Baby was that great of a... I liked the sentimental value, but if I took the sentimental... Because when I judged the songs, I judged them by how much they're, how good they are just to listen to without any meaning whatsoever. And if I do that, Loser Baby does not hold up, in my opinion.
No. Loser Baby actually kind of is, not great.
I should title this video, oh my god, Hazbin Hotel Trashed.
Hazbin Hotel, but you'll hate me by the end of it.
Moving on to the exact character I was talking about who got downgraded from the pilot. He was so fun in the pilot, and in the show, he's just kind of... What does he do?
I'm sure he had, Well, here's what he does. He gives us one of the best songs in the series.
He does do that, but my point is, I enjoyed him in the show, don't get me wrong, and this seems to be an actual common sentiment, he seems toned down from his... He's eccentric, he's funny, he's, kind of Joker-like in the pilot, and then in the actual show, he's more, held back, if that makes sense. I can't think of the right words for it. He also...
subdued.
Does nothing the entire show.
He does one thing very important. To piss off power scalers who hype the shit out of him.
He makes a deal with Charlie, which but the problem is, if you don't watch the pilot, it just comes out of nowhere. Because he's... Oh, yeah. He does nothing in episode 1 but make a commercial, but that's fine, because that was just about meeting the characters. In episode 2, he has the epic rap battle with with Vox.
With CrazeVox.
In episode 3, he does get the vital piece of information, but it barely focuses on him, which I think hurts his performance, because even though this episode should have had a higher role to Alistair, somebody pointed out, why have Zestial in the show at all, just to have him, because you could say Carmilla tells Zestial, why can't Carmilla just tell Alistair instead? Why do we have to have this subplot about the eggs? So even though Alistair does something important in that episode, the focus is not on him. at all. He's just kind of there in the background. Then there's episode 4, which, again, despite being one of my favorite episodes, has nothing to do with Alistair whatsoever. I don't even think he appears in the episode.
No.
There's episode 5, in which he butts heads with Lucifer, which was pretty funny. And then we get the reveal that somebody, he's on someone's leash, which, again, is something that was not touched upon again until later. They just completely... Because, again, in episode 6, he just disappears. And don't tell me it's because he didn't go to heaven. No shit. They touch on all the other characters doing stuff. He doesn't even appear in the hotel when Cherry Bomb shows up to He doesn't even get, like, a cameo. He's just not there.
Just, straight up gone.
Then episode 7 comes back in, and this is where he becomes essential to the plot again. But this is why I say it feels unearned. Because he just shows up. He has done literally nothing this entire season.
Hasn't done
and now they're like,
it's
shit. Like a huge crux of the plot that he's making this deal with Charlie. Which is a payoff to a scene where she doesn't take the deal in the pilot, which I have to mind you, isn't in the Amazon series. Because Amazon starts with Overture, not pilot.
So
I do like Alistair a lot, but he just doesn't do anything.
He's just kind of there.
He's just in the background, hyping himself up, only to, like I said, get immediately ass kicked.
Hey, but at the very least, I can recognize that if you read the comics before Hazbin Hotel, he's an interesting character.
So, like, when he appears, but I will say, when he appears, I'm going to put him above Vaggie, but not in amazing.
Yeah.
Because there's never a time he's not entertaining.
Oh,
He is funny as shit.
And, like, I like him as a character, but the problem is I have to do so much research to get the real picture of him, and I just don't want to do that.
I'm hoping season 2, given his song at the end, I'm hoping season 2 deals more with his unknown deal. Anyway.
And his relationship with Vox.
I really want to see more of Vox. I'm hoping he's a bigger player in season 2. That's all I can say, because I know we're going to get his backstory. The thing is, the only reason I'm giving him such a hard time and not other characters who didn't do much of a role, like, say, Nifty, is because Alistair, as far as the pilot makes you think, is, like, part of the main cast, like, main characters. He's like the Vegeta or whatever.
He's essential to the plot.
Nothing. He's just there in the background doing nothing, and that's what pisses me off more is that he just seems to get forgotten, even if he had done nothing, because it's just season 1, It's that, like I said, in 2 Hell episodes, he just completely disappears without a trace. He's nowhere to be seen in episode 4 or 6. And I'd understand him not being in the majority of episode 6 or 4, but he doesn't even get a cameo, as far as I remember. Like when Cherry Bomb shows up at the hotel, he's not even there. He's just missing. It's like the writers forgot he's supposed to be there.
The writers are just like, oh shit, Alistair. That's right.
That's my problem I have with Alistair. Like, the biggest problem. Yeah. He's underutilized. They don't do anything with him. And the one time he actually does something is episode 7. But too little, too late by that point. The fucking show's almost over.
It's just kind of a waste of potential at that point.
Where's Nifty? I meant where does Nifty go? Not where's Nifty's right there. Nifty was okay. Nifty's going in good behind Angel Dust. She would be in just okay, but the fact that she brutally murders Adam and that's the character who gets to kill Adam puts her in good. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen in a long time.
It was pretty fucking hilarious.
Baxter's just going in okay. I haven't seen Baxter at all.
Oh, that's right. Baxter's a character.
Like, he's going in amazing. He's Alistair.
He's awesome. He's hilarious.
Okay, I want a preference. I know I've seen a few reactions to it, and a lot of people get genuinely upset or just annoyed that that's how easy he went out. When Adam fucking kills Serpentius, I didn't get upset. That was the funniest thing I had. We had to pause the episode and die of laughter. He just gets obliterated.
I was losing my shit laughing. It was so fucking
And it's
hilarious.
not just because he got one shot. That, you know, because that can be funny, that he just got, that it's like hyped up. It's the fact that it's like taken super seriously. And I'm supposed to give he got blipped out of existence.
He got annihilated.
He doesn't even get a death scene. His death scene is just Adam being like, what the fuck?
The hell?
After he just gets Thanos snapped out of fucking reality, I'm supposed to take this as like a future Gohan level death, where they're acting all serious and Charlie has her going Super Saiyan moment, and it's like,
everyone's like, oh my god,
he just got fucking annihilated.
Got murdered.
Funny as
It was so fucking great.
But, oh my god, Serpentius is one of the funniest characters in the whole show. I love Serpentius. I wish he was still voiced by Stampy, because, you know, Stampy, but, oh my god, yeah. Serpentius is awesome.
Serpentius is fucking great.
Now on to a character, another character I feel like was underutilized that I really don't give a fuck about. Cherry Bomb.
Yeah.
What do you think, Conrad? I've yapped enough. Where do you think we should put her?
She's hard for me because she shows up so little in the actual series until like the very end.
She's in episode 6, hasn't she? That's the first time she appeared.
Yeah. And sure, she's cool. She's got a fun dynamic and everything, but does she really do much?
I'm gonna put her behind Angel Dust, ahead of Nifty.
Yeah, that's fair.
Ugh. The thing is, because, okay, I want a preference. One of my biggest, because I know it has been Hotel gets a lot of hate, and I want a preference, even though I've been taking the piss out of it. I genuinely really like that show. So,
oh yeah,
obviously,
it's
I'm
great.
This fucking tier list on it. But, my biggest gripe with it is that the Amazon series treats me as if I'm not a new viewer. And that was fine for me, because Conrad and I, we've watched the pilot and we knew about all the characters and stuff, so it was easier for us. But I've seen people start episode 1 Overture and they don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
And the reason I bring this up is because it introduces Cherry Bomb, and despite giving a brief explanation, it treats Cherry Bomb like a reintroduction. And it is a reintroduction because we saw her in the pilot. The problem with this is that most people watching the show, well, not most people, I guess, but a good chunk of people haven't seen the pilot because they just found it on Amazon. And so they have no idea who this is, but she's treated like we're all supposed to already know who she is.
Yeah, like she's king shit, you know?
Like out of nowhere, Serpentius is like, my arch rival. And they're like, what? These two know each other? I mean, it works if you watch the pilot, but that's the problem. I shouldn't have to watch the pilot, which is not included in the Amazon. If I have to watch something, it should be included in the series.
I will say, she does get a big bonus a little bit, because the scene watching her get kissed by Pentious and Pentious going, "Remember me!" That one kind of killed me.
Right before he gets obliterated.
Right before he gets murdered.
Lilith is a hard one because I really I like this character on virtue.
She's in one fucking scene.
Yeah.
I say for her and like a couple other characters, put them in we haven't seen enough from her. Because like she could be a great character or she could completely suck. I don't know.
That's how I'm gonna rate just okay. Because just okay. Good, because good means I enjoy them, but you know, it wasn't anything like the greatest. Amazing means I really liked them, and then favorite obviously means they're my favorite characters. I'm gonna treat okay like with Lilith and Baxter, because if I dislike a character, it's going in. Even though I don't hate them, it's going in hate. Yeah. I'm just gonna ignore what the spaz attack that was this. Like, what the hell is this? It looks like somebody spazzed on the keyboard.
A little bit, yeah. Hey, you know what? maybe they know more than we do.
I can
Whoever
say
made
that I
this-
have ADHD and I spaz. You've seen me twitch my
Yeah.
head before people say Did you know they said they wanted to make like spaz like a offensive word? And I guess I've heard people say that, but maybe I'm just out of the loop. I have never once heard anyone say you spaz. Maybe I grew up in the wrong time period. Well, I've heard people say spaz, but never as like the R slur version. You know what I mean?
I've never heard it be like, yeah.
Anywho, Adam's going up here.
And that's all I have to say about it.
He's fucking hilarious.
Oh, he's fucking awesome.
I
love it so much.
The first joke that had me, I laughed at plenty of those, but the first joke that had me fucking losing my shit was herpes. Yeah, that's a bitch.
That's a bitch.
And herpes in heaven.
The fact that Adam was such a fun character, like, not only is he hilarious, he's fun to hate, because he's a dick.
Oh, absolutely. He is
like, you want him to get his shit rocked. And the scene at the end, spoilers for people who haven't watched it, of Lucifer just straight up beefing the shit out of him is so awesome because it's so fucking cathartic.
Yes. I don't know what to add to that because it's just how.
It's just, yeah.
Loot.
I think she's hot.
She's going in between Angel Dust and a Cherry Bomb.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because if I take away her thing with Baggy, she has nothing to her personality other than Zealot. I hope in season 2 she gets fleshed out now that Adam's dead, you know.
They give her more than just, you know.
Her personality is, I'm a cultist.
Is Adam's so cool, isn't he? Which, sorry, hun. No. He really isn't.
Here's my question. After or before Serpentius? This is literally just Charlie again.
But
if I told you I liked Alistair more than Emily, I'd be lying to you.
Okay, if we got more of her, I'd say above Serpentius. But she doesn't really show up enough to keep that going. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Emily, I like how Emily is exactly how you would expect an angel to be. Now to piss off a great group of people, because that's what I do best. This is how angels are actually depicted.
Oh, yeah.
We're right and you're wrong.
We're right, you're wrong, suck it up.
Oh my, so many mythologies have, like, the good guys, in air quotes, be like, well, are you perfect? No, then you suck.
Yeah, then you're a piece of shit.
Speaking of, I think Sarah's gonna go. For me personally, I'll let you weigh in it. I want to put her between after Alistair, but before Baggy.
I pray that they make her a better villain, because there's no way she's not a villain.
No, she has
the scene in the fucking song where she's just straight up
was required,
and everyone's acting like, oh, that was awesome. She's such a tragic character. Nah, bitch, she's evil as fuck.
Carmilla Carmine.
She exists.
I'm gonna put her above Baggy. No, I'm gonna put her after Baggy. Before Husk or after? Actually, the more I think about it, I think I like Angel. I didn't tell you to do that. She's more interesting than Loot, though, at least.
Well, yeah, but because we see more of her.
Zestial exists. He's going right after Nifty. He exists.
Oh, that's right! I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
I'm gonna put both of these in okay. No offense, they don't do anything.
I have to tell you this in full certainty. I did not know that they had names until, like, recently.
Yeah, I had no idea they had names.
I thought they were just Carmilla's daughters, and that was it.
That's why they went down in okay. Only one of them, and I think it's Odette, only one of them has a line when they tell Serpentius to sign for the weapons in episode 3. That's it. Other than that, they don't even say anything. just there.
And aren't they your favorite characters because of that famous line, "Sign here, please"? What? You can't even remember thinking about it?
All right.
Yeah, that sounds accurate.
Rosie interests me, but I'm gonna put them. I haven't seen enough of Rosie to do anything. Because again, outside of the pilot, we didn't even see her in the pilot. She just appears in episode 7.
Yeah.
She's going before Cherry Bomb though. Yo, Cherry Bomb's really getting the shafted, huh?
I mean, shit, man. If Cherry was more
CrazeWay.
interesting.
Okay.
He is the character I am most excited for in the new season. I am telling you that right now with 100% certainty. He is going to be the cool one.
I feel like Conrad should judge Vox Shleepy here, because I feel like if you see my profile picture on YouTube, I'm a little biased towards Vox here.
Yeah. Here's how I will say this. He's a really fun villain for 2 reasons. One, he's genuinely an intimidating threat.
Mm-hmm.
But 2,
you know
he
what?
has history with Alistair.
I'm gonna do something here. I'm gonna change a ranking we made, because I'm gonna rank these 2, give them a buff simply by in virtue of being together.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, they have that is one of the best scenes in the entire show is episode 2, Homeboy going at it with each other.
Yeah.
Did you see that Vox won like a Twitter poll about sexiest character in the show?
Yeah, and which I don't know why you guys like Pyrocynical so much, but I guess.
I saw something on that, and it was like the most real shit I've ever heard, and they're like, hot take, Vox isn't sexy, he's just a TV man. How do you find a TV attractive? And first off, I take offense to that, but second...
Well, I ask that question to you often.
Second, the reply, right? The only reply is fucking like, yeah, but he's voiced by Christian Borle, which is the most real thing I think I'm...
You know what? I get it. Solid vibe, honestly.
I really hope I didn't just say the completely wrong actor or pronounce his name wrong, but we're just going to skip past it and pretend that...
He's voiced by Christian Bale. I mean, what? That would change his character a lot.
Valentino.
He's also an intimidating threat, but not as intimidating as Vox.
He's going...
And he kind of needs Angel as much as Angel needs him.
I'm going to put him right after Angel. No, fuck Carmilla. I said fuck off.
I would fuck Carmilla.
Because when I pair Angel... Like, I was kind of harsh on Angel Dust earlier, but that's my problem with... And that's my problem with Valentino. Even though he's done really well, there's no nuance to him. He is pimp, and that is his entire personality.
Yeah, he is a pimp who's also a little bit fruity.
That's the same problem I had with Angel Dust. Like, I wanted... Like, not everything has to subvert my expectations, but the reason he's not one of my, like, top 10 characters is because he didn't do anything earth-shattering. He was exactly how I expected him to be. And that's how I feel about Valentino. He was, he's a fucking asshole pimp. That is exactly what I expected him to be.
That is 100% what I expected it to be. I will say this. He's better than Velvet.
Yes, a lot of things are better than Velvet. Velvet's going after Cherry Bomb.
Velvet does jack shit.
Velvet has one of the most banger songs in the whole show, Respectless, and then is irrelevant for the rest of the series.
And I don't know if you knew that, Nick. She has no lines past that. She does not have a speaking role after that song.
Well... Mimsy would go in hate, by the way. I hate Mimsy because she's badly written, but because she's didn't need to be written. She's worthless. Yeah. She adds nothing to the plot. Oh, I will say, we were reading, I think it was Screen Rant, but it might have been a different article. We were reading things that we didn't know about Alistair, whatever, and we were dying of laughter because one of them, unironically, like, one of the things we didn't know about Alistair was that Mimsy revealed he was alive, as if we didn't know that already.
It was so fucking stupid.
The article wrote it, and it's like, Mimsy, through Mimsy saying they knew Alistair, we can now officially say that Alistair was once alive. And it's like, yeah, no shit.
I could have told you that, bud.
He's a sinner? What do you mean? He didn't just manifest one day.
Yeah, he wasn't just like, I exist now, because sure, fuck it.
Anyways, we're now moving on to Helluva Boss.
Yeah.
With Bliss.
Here's my problem with Helluva Boss. Season 1 and Season 2 have had dramatically different feelings.
Okay, I know a lot of people dislike Season 2. I didn't hate Season 2, but I will admit
I didn't hate
Season 1
it.
and Season 2 are almost like watching two different shows.
Oh, yeah.
One's a serial drama, fucking, The Young and the Restless bullshit, and the other is fucking the wacky, zany adventures of Murder Man McGee.
Yeah.
But all in all, I think Blitzo, I don't know if how I would rate Blitzo. I don't know where I'd put him.
I like his Season 1 counterpart a hell of a lot more than I like his Season 2, and I'll tell you why. Once Season 1 started off, it was a healthy mix of, Moxie's getting an episode. Hell, Millie got a couple episodes every now and then.
Right, Millie got an episode. I think Millie's the one character who got Jack kind of shafted there.
Oh, yeah. But at the same time, like, people were getting a steady mix. You know? It wasn't just, it's this show, or, it's that show.
Yeah.
Now, Season 2, it's, Stolas and Blitz. Okay, but what about, but this actually is Stolas and Blitz.
I hated that. I don't hate this ship. I was fine with Stolas being canon, but the way they handled that is so annoying. Stolas is fucking... Stolas went from an interesting character to, Stolas did nothing wrong. He's innocent. All the nuance of the situation just down the toilet.
All of the actually good storytelling bits are... No, now you have to feel bad for him, because, Bird Twink's sad. It's like, dude... I'll talk more about it when we actually hit Stolas.
I'm gonna put Blitzo
very
in
choice
amazing.
opinions.
He's written very well, but I think I together.
The problem isn't him as a character; it's the way the storytellers handled him.
Okay, don't ask me why Moxie's up there. I don't need to explain myself to you. Yeah,
If I have to explain this to you, you're at the wrong fucking
Moxie.
channel.
He's funny as shit, and he's
he's great. And I swear to God, if they give him any new drama with Millie and ruin his marriage, I'm going to be so pissed.
Anyway, now that I threw Moxie up there, we're on to Stolas.
Okay. I'm going to give you the hottest take I have ever given anyone in my life. Stolas being the bad guy was infinitely better than Stolas being this sympathetic, whiny bitch character.
Okay. Here's how I have Stolas. The way we have him now should have been how he was at the end of the show. If they were going to make Stolas canon, all 4 seasons should have had that build up from him being a villain to... Instead, he just goes from asshole to, I never looked down on you once. You're so mean to say that. Did we watch the same season 1?
I hate to tell you this, buddy.
Calling him in public and shit.
You look down on him a shitload.
Where you're calling him your sexy little imp.
Like it was just a casual thing to do.
Imagine, I was dating a lady, right? And I'm like, I don't look down on you. And every 5 seconds I was like, come here, my big-tittied bimbo. What the fuck?
What the fuck? I'd be pissed. And if you wouldn't be pissed, that's a problem on your end.
But I do think somehow... What they have is still okay. A lot of people say it's terribly written garbage. I don't think it's garbage. I just think it's...
Oh.
It reads... In comparison to what could have been, it reads a lot like Wattpad fanfiction.
It does. It feels like the writers were just like, yeah, fuck it. I actually want to do this.
I'm going to put him in between the other 2 gay guys. Actually, I don't think Valentino's gay.
The other 2 gays.
I know Angel Dust is, but I don't think Valentino. I think Valentino is pansexual.
Valentino's a freak in the sheets.
He's a freak in a lot of other things, too.
He's kind of just a freak.
I'm going to put Sally Mae just above Nifty, by the way, because Sally Mae, other than that one short, exists in the background.
Yeah. Or, you know what another good Sally Mae scene was?
What?
Anyway, nice character.
Because other than the short... I mean, they're there for at the end of season 2 where Millie's telling them about their pregnancy, but like I said, that's not a Sally Mae moment. That's a Millie moment.
It's a Millie.
Sally
Mae's
just
the catalyst for the chain. Exactly.
Speaking of Millie.
Millie's hard.
This is the most disappointing character in the whole fucking show.
Because she makes me hard, and that bothers me.
This is the video that's gonna get me canceled off the internet.
this
Oh
gets
my
me
God.
demonetized.
I have to be monetized beforehand.
Oh, we're not? Then why am I filming this with you?
I pay you?
When it all comes out, I am an unpaid worker.
He's my brain baby. He's my Fizzarali. I'm his mammon. It's all fine.
It's don't that I see. I prefer if you didn't refer to our relationship like that. Mainly because what the fuck?
Quiet. Now back to work. Wagey.
Okay, moving on. I think she's fun.
I'm gonna put her
but
in between Vaggie and Husk. I think that's a fair. She's a fun character to see, but she doesn't. What holds her back from being up here or any higher up is that she has the same problem I have with Loot. Her personality is Moxie, and then okay. You know what I mean?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, now we're getting to two characters I really want to talk about. First off, Blitzo's child. How do we feel about Blitzo's child? Who has probably the most heartwarming arc in the whole show.
She went through the most character development in the show.
Which is weird. I don't think she's ever had an episode like dedicated solely to her. But she unironically has had a complete character arc that feels natural. She's gone from ugh whatever to hey dad.
Hey dad.
I'm gonna put her. I don't know.
Hey dad. I'll say this: she's good. She's not as good as some of the heavy hitters. She's a good background character.
Put her right there. Now,
yeah.
Now, this is someone I really want to talk about. Listen, Octavia is one of my favorite characters and has been since Lululand. But the problem is a very specific episode in season 2 completely throws it off, and that episode is Seeing Stars. Despite being a rerun of Lululand, Seeing Stars on its own, in a void, in a vacuum, is a perfectly fine episode. What Seeing Stars fucks up, and that a lot of people have been arguing about online, is the fucking finale in Sinsmas, when she's like, you promised you'd never leave me. And everyone's like, her feelings are valid, and no, they're not, because her mom is cartoonishly evil, and is blatantly cartoonishly evil. Even if we want to assume, because her mom took her phone, that she doesn't realize Stolas is trying to call her, the crux of Octavia's argument is that Stolas made her a promise, which I understand. If I want to keep in mind, what I'm saying is, if I take Seeing Stars out, this is perfect, right? Because if we're just talking about Lululand and Sinsmas, this is excellent character development, because Stolas promised he wouldn't leave, and then he fucking left.
And then he left. He completely bum-fucked off.
Yes, that's good. Octavia is valid. But the problem is, Seeing Stars, the lesson we're supposed to take away from Seeing Stars, at least the lesson I took away from it, was that despite him being a bad father, which is bullshit, by the way, Stolas is he doesn't mean to be, but he's a terrible father. So
he's a shit dad.
But the lesson we were supposed to take from Seeing Stars, judging by how Luna and Octavia interact with each other, is even if Stolas breaks a promise, like if he's trying, and that's what matters. So, since season 2, episode 2 has the theme of Octavia shouldn't hate Stolas for breaking a promise, only for the crux of her being mad at him that he broke a promise, kind of pissed me off.
Yeah.
Because I agreed with her in Sinsmas, but, I want to say, never watching it was I annoyed, because I was like, oh yeah, her feelings aren't valid, she shouldn't feel this way about her dad. It was annoying because we get to Sinsmas and we're fucking doing this a third time.
Oh great, I have to sit through this shit again.
You know what I mean? Lululand, because Lululand, we had this character arc where it's, my dad ruined my family, and then season 2, episode 2, we have this character arc where it's my dad. It'd be one thing if it was a consistent, thing throughout the show, but it's not. It feels like a one-off. So it just feels annoying to have to deal with it again.
It feels like I'm sitting through, it's the fucking end of Spider-Man, a 90s Spider-Man.
Yeah, where he's just...
It's like, I don't want to be Spider-Man anymore. Well, guess I gotta be Spider-Man.
If you guys don't know what we're talking about, Spider-Man the Animated Series, from the 90s, ever since Madam Web showed up, he would he would go like, I don't want to be Spider-Man, and then he would have an arc where he learns, well, I have to be Spider-Man, only for the next arc him to revert back to how he was and immediately be like, I don't want to be Spider-Man. That's the problem I have with Octavia. I would have the stupid fucking character arc where it was supposed to be like, well, I feel like I should trust my dad, and then, wow, my dad, I was wrong to trust my dad. And like I said, if you take out Seeing Stars, if you have just Lululand, and then Lululand followed up by Sinsmith, which it feels like it's supposed to be because of the two songs You Will Be Okay and I Will Be Okay, it works perfectly. But this random fucking episode is just awkwardly inserted in between the two of them that just fucks
Or it's
everything
like,
up.
oh, great, I have to watch this a third time.
Because like I said, that's my biggest problem. Seeing Stars, its entire crux of the argument of that episode is that because Luna's like, you're trying and cut your dad some slack. He may not always get it right, but he's trying, and then he does not. That does not carry over into Sinsmith. It was, oh, he broke a promise. He's an ass, which I agree. He is an ass. He picked a. I mean, I know it's more nuanced than that, but she is still valid in saying he picked Blitzo over her. But the problem is the show has already told me that Octavia shouldn't feel this way. That's the problem I had with it.
Yeah.
Not the fact that Octavia feels that way, that the show is telling me two different things.
That, the show is like, oh, well, actually this. And it's like, I have to go through this lesson so many fucking times.
If Seeing Stars was not an episode, Sinsmith's finale would have had zero problems. Unironically.
Oh no, it would have been completely fine.
It is solely because that to me anyway, because of that what I learned in Seeing Stars, and it makes that entire episode feel like I wasted my time.
Yeah,
because
feels
it does
like
not carry over.
It was
at all.
just shit.
What was the point?
Like I threw away the
hours.
hours.
That lesson, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why did I learn the lesson of, well, Stolas broke a promise, but he's trying, and that's what counts? Only for Stolas breaking a promise to be a bad thing. What was the point of the and it bothers me because I really like Octavia, and by the way, she's going up above she's going up here with Blitzo because I really, really like Octavia and think she's really, really well written. But the show wants to have its cake and eat it too. The show can't have me feel a certain way and then tell me this is how I'm supposed to feel, only for it to like cut itself in the back. The show can't tell me something is green only for it to be orange later. That's the crux of my argument.
It feels so wrong.
Because that's how I'll end that little bit off. Seeing Stars is like, I know I've repeated myself a lot. Seeing Stars' whole crux of the argument is that she shouldn't hate Stolas for breaking a promise because he didn't mean to break it. And then in episode 12 in Sinsmith, we have the exact same scenario where he broke a promise that he didn't mean to break. He just happened to break by circumstance, and that's a bad thing. Yeah. So, and I agree, it is a bad thing, and because it's a huge like invasion of trust and shit. But the problem is, as I've stated, I'm not saying Octavia is wrong. I want to get that out of the way because a lot of people have been arguing whether how Octavia feels. Octavia's feelings are valid in the matter. The problem is the show already did this and told me I was supposed to feel a different way about it. The show is the problem, not Octavia.
Specifically, the show.
Seeing Stars is the problem, I should say. Because, like I said, you can't tell me I'm supposed to feel about something a certain way, and then when that basically same scenario props up, tell me I'm supposed to feel entirely different about it.
Yeah. I'm not supposed to, be told, oh, actually, this is how you should have interpreted this. Stupid.
Moving on, Fizzarali.
I like him because fucking something good finally happens to Blitzo.
I'm gonna put him in between. Actually, I'm gonna put him in above Vaggie.
I don't know.
So I want above Vaggie. There we go.
Why the show is like acting like Blitzo is the worst motherfucker in hell when, he's not. He's just an imp.
Yeah. There are certain characters I feel like could have been portrayed better, but they weren't. Also,
can I just have like a small question?
I feel like everybody should be more of a dick.
Yeah. Why on God's green earth, if God exists in this universe, I'm not sure, does like anyone ever think that Blitzo was a good person at heart?
No.
Have you ever seen him do anything good? Aside from the one thing where he apologizes?
I hate that they're making them all sympathetic. I don't mind them being sympathetic, but the show, it's the same thing with Stolas. The Stolas being, the way they make them sympathetic isn't by making them actually grow as people, it's just by retconning them into, it was never really their fault.
But really, look at how tortured he is. I don't give a fuck.
I would have liked Stolas. Stolas would have probably been amazing, but like right alongside Octavia. If Stolas had been a villain the entire time and gradually, like how Vegeta or Piccolo and Dragon Ball gradually grew to be better, rather than season 2 just being like, well, it was never his fault. You don't understand. His wife is just comedically evil.
Like, oh my god.
He's so
oh my god.
You have to understand he didn't do anything wrong by cheating. Oh, we're just gonna take any nuance out of the situation and make Stolas just the victim. Okay.
Yeah.
Stolas can do no wrong.
Or, like, and the reason that I bring this up specifically with Fizzarali is we see Fizzarali still do fucked up shit. He is not a good person.
No.
He is never stated to be a good person. But he's amenable with Blitzo now. And I like that because, yeah, Blitzo's an asshole. So is literally everybody else. It's fucking hell.
Mm-hmm. Osmodeus.
Great character. Really fun dude. Doesn't really do much.
Yeah, he's funny. He has the most banger song in season 1.
Oh, yeah. Hands down.
I don't know where to put him.
I put him in. He's funny. He's got one of the best songs in the series.
I'm gonna put him. Do I like him more than Husk? I'm gonna put him in between Husk and Angel Dust.
That sounds fair.
I wish he was more of a. I feel like I wish he was more of a. I'm not. I don't hate the way they took it, but I feel like it was more interesting when he was a character who couldn't understand. I wish. Okay, this is how I wish this had gone. Now this is gonna feel a little fanficky, but I don't hate the portrayal. But after House of Asmodeus, and him clearly having affection for Fizzarali.
Yeah.
How I wish this was handled is that Asmodeus genuinely didn't want a relationship. Like now he's just a hypocrite where he was just lying the whole time, where he's like, we only like lust instead of love. But I wish he had, over the course of the show, learned to that he actually loved Fizzarali more than just, I already know I love Fizzarali, I'm just hiding it from the public.
Yeah, I know that I like Fizzarali.
But what they did with him, he was okay.
Yeah.
Same thing with
he was perfectly watchable.
She's going right next to Asmodeus, just right behind him.
Very valid. I like it.
And Vortex is going in, I don't know if you agree with this, I could give less of a fuck about.
He exists.
I'll put him above Zestial, because at least he has purpose in the plot other than existing.
Yeah.
No, I want him in between Nifty and...
Well, that's not gonna fucking happen.
Get told.
There you go.
Now, what I really want to talk about. The big Satan himself. I heard someone, and I want to bring this up because this isn't specifically how I feel, but I did have an interesting point brought up to me where somebody I was talking to about the show, right? And they're like, Satan was hyped the shit out of as this like godlike being in hell for the longest time, where his name was used interchangeably, like instead of oh my god, it's oh my Satan, and they were disappointed because this big like shadowy mastermind figure was this big strong dumbass who isn't even within Lucifer, and he doesn't even have to be stronger than Lucifer. He isn't even in Lucifer's ball. Lucifer could just smite him out of existence in about 5 seconds.
Lucifer could just murder the shit out of him.
He is unironically, if power scaling exists in this verse, if we logically power scale Satan from what we know, he loses to fucking Adam. And for me to say, Satan, the Lord of Darkness, loses to the first man, who's just a fat ass sexist, doesn't sit right, feels wrong. And the
Yeah.
only reason I say that is because if the live streams hold true, we know Charlie and Lilith outscale the 7 deadly sins other than Lucifer. And Adam outscales Charlie. Therefore, Adam is stronger than Satan. Which just feels wrong.
Which bothers me.
Adam should
to
not be
no
this
end.
powerful.
No.
Or Satan should not be this weak. It just feels... Because, come on, this is fucking Satan. This is the devil, you know what I mean? His name is literally Satan. This isn't like Asmodeus or Mammon where they're hot powerful. This is literally the Satan. And he's...
This is the head honcho himself.
I just wish... I wish it could have worked. I like how he is. I want to preface that. I genuinely enjoy him. But I do agree slightly where I wish... mastermind, he was more of a mastermind like a character rather than just a moron who gets manipulated by Andralphus of all people.
A dipshit who gets, the wool pulled over his eyes.
I was hoping that he was like this conniving, like sinister Lord of Lies type shit where he his flaw was that he was, wrathful, which we see Sin of Wrath, how he randomly yells and needs yogurt. I hate how they spell yogurt's name, by the way. Where he needs yogurt to calm him down, his little therapist, which makes sense. He's a Sin of Wrath, but that didn't mean he had to be a dumbass.
Didn't mean he needed to be a raging dipshit, which he is, by all means, a raging dipshit.
I just feel like it would have been slightly better had he been like he had usurped power from Lucifer. Because, yes, Lucifer, is ignoring his royal duties, but it'd been more interesting, to me anyway, if he was just evil mastermind who was, well, now that this fucking angel asshole is out of the way, I can spread evil, and instead he's just a moron.
He's just kind of a dipshit.
Well, I don't want to simplify it that, but that's how it feels when you watch the episode.
Yeah.
I think the way he did it is fine. It's not terrible. It's not anything groundbreaking.
He's a fun character to watch.
Oh, he's funny as shit.
But
Oops.
he does kind of feel like a tad bit of a letdown.
I'm going to put him... I don't know where I want to put Satan.
You know what?
I'm going to put him...
I'm going to be controversial. I liked him more than I liked Rosie. I'd put him under Loot, but... No, I'd put him above Loot, too.
I think he'd be, I genuinely... I think
he's
I'm gonna
not
put
above...
him between Luna and Millie.
Yeah.
Millie is completely... Because, like I said, I really enjoyed him. I just feel like him not being a moron would have been better.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Although I will say...
If he was a conniving villain like Andrew Ryan, if that makes sense, or some shit like that, rather than just... He just happens to be in power because he's the strong... I want him, don't get me wrong, I want him other than Lucifer to be the strongest sin. Because that's kind of... I want to say essential when you're surrounded by characters who can do as much power. Because your villain doesn't need to be the strongest guy in your room. But if when they're surrounded by other villains like Andralphus who are incredibly strong, then to keep a threat, your main... Like,
you gotta be.
If Satan was weaker than Andralphus or whatever, it'd be terrible. Satan had...
It would suck ass.
I just feel like he could have had more to his character than, I'm only in charge because I'm the strongest.
Yeah.
I'm
only in charge.
The only thing they do with the Cole King of Lies concept is him talking out his ass about ruling hell before Lucifer.
Yeah, which I loved that.
Yeah.
The period where everyone's like, oh my god, is Satan stronger than Lucifer? He said that he ruled hell and everything, and it's just revealed, oh yeah, he was just talking out his ass.
It literally says in the fucking intro to Hazbin Hotel that Lucifer created hell. They say they threw Lucifer and his love into the dark pit he had created.
Yeah. It's like, I appreciate that you were willing to ask the question. Think you asked the wrong one.
Mammon's going in amazing. He's going above Sarah. Mammon's
awesome.
The best villain in the whole series, hands down. He is exactly, when you say sin of greed, this is the shit I envision.
Yeah.
When you say sin of pride, even though Lucifer acts prideful, Lucifer from Hazbin Hotel is not the thing that comes to mind. Just like Satan works for wrath, but like I said, he only has those some moments of wrath. I wish, speaking on Satan just for another second, I wish he had both wrath of. Wrath is more than just getting angry. I wish he had actual conniving plans to get his revenge and take his wrath out on people, other than just how do we show the sin of wrath? Oh, he gets angry sometimes.
Oh, he gets pissed.
But Mammon's entire personality is greed, and he actually feels like a real person instead of like a cartoonish villain.
An actual fucking individual and not,
I think he is the best representation, and out of any of the sins, he represents his sin the best.
He does.
And I was happy to
like hands down.
I was sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was happy to actually get a deadly sin who was a deadly sin. Instead of Asmodeus and Beelzebub, who are just kind of chill people. Mammon is, fucking
kind
evil
of vibe.
because she's greed.
Mammon's an actual fucking dick.
And that's how I feel. And the only reason I like that is, like, I'm not saying you have to portray the sins that way, because lust and gluttony aren't inherently evil. They can just be abused. Like, it's not wrong to feel sexual attraction or lust for your girlfriend, your boyfriend, or whatever. What's wrong is for your lust to be completely overtaken. Like, you can't control yourself.
Yeah.
So, my problem with it is they depict hell as this huge classist society, and you can't have your cake and eat it too. Hell's higher-ups can't all be these evil classist assholes, and Stolas is the odd man out, because Blitzo could never believe that someone like Stolas would love him, because the people of hell are all, they're super classist and they all look down on them. And then fucking Beelzebub and Asmodeus are two chill people dating the lower class.
Like, it's just nothing, No problem at all.
Apparently, they're not too classist. Mammon just sticks out as a dick.
Mammon kind of is just a huge piece of shit.
You know what I mean? Androlphus is making this huge, deal about them sleeping with an imp and shit, and so is every character in the show. And the whole time I'm thinking, Asmodeus and Beelzebub are fucking dating the lower class. Asmodeus you could give a pass to, because his was in a secret. Beelzebub sure as fuck wasn't.
Beelzebub was open about that shit. She was singing songs about that shit.
So it just kind of clashes for me about the themes of how I'm supposed to feel, that all of hell looks down on this, and it takes away the rarity of Stolas, if that, in a way, if that makes sense. Because Stolas was, since they wanted to turn him from a villain to a genuine character, I think it would have worked better if Stolas, or they could have at least kept Asmodeus, because he was Asmodeus and Fizarali are obviously supposed to be a parallel to Blitz and Stolas, which could have worked, but Beelzebub also having one kind of throws that into, throws a wrench in that, and it makes Stolas less unique. It's like, now it's not, oh, Stolas is a better person because he, unlike the rest of the royals, he actually cares. He's just another royal he's just another one.
He's just another dude. It's like, okay,
it's
so
not
there goes
unique
that.
anymore that he likes the lower class. It doesn't make him stand out.
Which, gotta tell you, not a fan.
And that just, but the show wants me to feel like it does. That's the problem. The show treats it like Stolas is a royal. How could a royal ever love an imp like Blitzo? And the whole time I'm over here watching Asmodeus, who vastly outscales Stolas, love an imp.
I think he could do it pretty handily, all things considered. He's kind of doing it right now.
These two are both going in okay, because we know next to nothing about them.
Yeah, they sure exist.
I hate you. Because they ruined Stella's character. Stella was always obviously the bad guy, jumping to an extreme of having your fucking husband assassinated for sleeping with someone else.
Oh, yeah.
But now she's just cartoonishly evil.
Now there's
no nuance to her at all. She's just an abusive asshole.
She's always been a villain. It's like, oh, okay. She had a justified reason of, yeah, you cheated on me.
With an imp.
Yeah. But now, clearly that doesn't matter.
And not only that, but it was public, because he falls on the table in front of all the other Galatians, like, sorry, you fucked your husband.
Yeah, sorry.
So you made her. I don't think it was that he cheated on her, per se. I think it was more of you destroyed my image.
You made me look like a moron.
But then they just dumb her down to being a whiny toddler. I want him dead so badly. Like, what the fuck am I watching?
It's like, you are a grown ass woman.
Oh, by the way, hold on.
Kill him
hate
yourself.
Your voice. Hate your voice. You're actually pretty cool, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because you annoy me less because you don't act like a. I don't hate her voice. She can go up in okay too. His voice, and I don't know why, it drives me insane.
Pisses me the fuck off. Like, why do you sound like that?
Let's speedrun a few to try and not take up the next 8 years.
That sounds like a good idea.
Don't care. Crimson can go in good. Where should he go?
He's fun. He's got one of the funniest pictures in the under Valentino.
It's fair. Chaz just existed.
He's a one-note character, and
Moxie's mom is okay.
She's there.
Same things with Agents 1 and 2. They're just there. They fulfill their roles. In Glitz and Glam, they fulfill their roles. If we get them more fleshed out, they'll go up to good. But
ooh, Cash Buxo.
I'm gonna put these two above actually because I do like these characters more. Glitz and Glam have more potential. Agents 1 and 2 just feel like typical government agents. And Cash Buxo, he's going above Colin.
Yeah, that's fair.
Same with Barbie Wire. She's going above her dad, which is a sad place to put Blizzo's sister, but...
Oh, and his mom.
Yes. His mom has hold actual significance, though, so I'm going to put her, because we'll do a little bit more. I'll put her at the end of good. Because even though she's dead, she does hold... It's like Thomas Wayne, you know? Thomas and Martha Wayne aren't bad characters, but they are dead, so you don't get to really see any of them. So I can't say they're, like, groundbreaking characters either, but... They're fleshed out enough. Blitzo's moms. Alright. Alright. Now the characters that actually matter. Let's do these two first, because they're not... Verosica. I will say, it's weird that... I'm going to put them there until I rank them. It's weird that the show wants me to feel bad for Verosica and Apology Tour, because, first off, Blitzo is correct, saying everyone's shitty, this is hell. And second, doesn't she sexually assault Moxie in episode 3?
Oh, she absolutely
And we're supposed
does.
to just glide past that and act like she's this innocent victim of... This is my problem. They demonize... pun not intended. They demonize Blitzo hard in Season 2. Like, Blitzo is the problem for everything and nobody else has ever done anything wrong ever. He's just an ass. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's just a dick. And it's like... Okay, but is he, though? Because...
I'm gonna put her in a... She's okay. I'm gonna put her between Stolas and Valentino.
That's fair.
I can't stand this fucker. And I only can't stand him because he's not a bad character, but the fandom, and everyone's entitled to their opinions, but in my opinion, he's just okay, and the fandom treats him like he's like, this great epic villain.
Like, he's just god tier, like, awesome dude.
He's
like,
just a cowboy, in my opinion. He's not bad. He's just, he does what he does. He does it well. But it's the same thing I have with Angel Dust. He just, okay, you're exactly what I expected you to be. To a T.
Yeah, I expected you to do this, and you were exactly that.
I'm going to put him between Carmilla and Lou. I feel like that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
Paimon is funny shit.
Oh, Paimon's great. Love Paimon.
This is another thing. This is a Paimon I'm putting into me. Paimon is exactly how I think most of the Royals should have been portrayed. Because if they wanted to sell the classist idea, the Royals should have been, fucking classist.
Oh, yeah. They should have been actual
Where
dicks,
Paimon's like, don't bow to that one. He bows to us, idiot. That made sense.
He bows to us,
It was a
idiot.
good scene. Because it drilled home the point that Stolas is different. We can care about Stolas. And even though Stolas is a terrible person, he's not as bad as everyone around him who looks down on the lower class. But, again, that's thrown away because... Asmodeus and Beelzebub, who aren't just royals, but are two of like the commanding forces of hell, don't look down on them. So it's, oh fuck that then, I guess.
Oh fuck that one. That goes off in a fucking piss.
Visago.
He was fun. We haven't seen enough of him for me to make a definitive statement.
He's going right here. I think that fits.
That's
and finally, lastly, after what feels like we've been filming for probably an hour somehow.
Yeah.
Andralvis. Androphis pisses me off because I think he's a great villain, right? His
Yeah.
motivation makes sense. He's a Marquis of Hell, I think that's how you say it. And he wants to be
That's murky, yeah.
he wants to be a prince. He wants to take Stolas' place. It makes sense. My problem is he fucking just comes in and out of nowhere and kind of writes Stella out of the story and takes over as the main villain.
It's well,
he only
poo
exists
on you
because they turned Stella into a comedically evil idiot.
Oh yeah.
Stella doesn't even feel like a real person anymore. That's my problem with Stella. Stella just feels like a cartoon. Like, if I describe Stella's personality, you'd be like, that's fiction.
Oh, that is very clearly just a bad bitch.
And Drelphus, I think if Drelphus been there from the start or worded into the story better, other than just appearing in Western energy and being like... He just completely sidelined Stella. That's the big thing. Stella's like so worthless now, and I'm just supposed to accept that Drelphus is the main villain.
Which he just randomly showed the fuck up one day. It was like, yeah, I'm the head show.
He wasn't even mentioned in season 1.
No. He just straight up showed up and was like, yep.
I do think he's a good villain.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to put him on par with Valentino.
Completely
and that is
fair.
Our terrible, awful trash takes.
That's the definitive list. If you don't agree with it, sorry to say, but you are incorrect.
If you disagree, feel free to let us write those like essays in the comments about how how terrible our opinions are and
write down in the comments that you think I'm a raging dumbass and you want to punch me in the face. Because I don't share your opinions, I get it. But unfortunately, I just am better, so that's an L, isn't it? Oh, wait, we forgot to touch on the most important thing about all of these characters.
What?
They apparently all look the exact same.
That doesn't bother me. Dragon Ball characters, if you take out like their defining features, all look exactly the same. Their faces are all the same and shit. It's just the art style. I guess you could have more variety in body shape, but other than that, it genuinely doesn't bother me. I'm so sick of that argument. We were watching a video the other day where somebody literally puts like silhouettes of the characters on screen and is like, I bet you can't tell who these are, and we could very easily.
Took me about 2 seconds.
But that's that. I'm gonna get canceled on Twitter now.
I thought you were about to say you're gonna get cancer. I was like, wow, that was
I'll go on my Heisenberg arc.
Oh,
Shleepy,
where's he on the ranking list? Jesse.
Where would Heisenberg be on there? Heisenberg's better written than all of these characters, and that's not a slight against Vimsy Pop. That's a plus for Vince Gilligan. Breaking Bad's just one of the best written shows of all time.
It's just a banger.
But goodbye, clickety clackers. Behave
like
yourselves.
and subscribe.